Hey guys, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am exhausted. This week has been crazy at work. I was falling asleep a few minutes ago, but I figured I need to take advantage of this. My weekend is when I record. I usually don't feel this tired on Friday nights, but I don't know what it is. I'm just tired. But I'm gonna push through it, guys, and we're gonna get through this manga reading log for September. Yes, September. So I read a few volumes in September. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 volumes. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? So let's go ahead and get into these. I'm going to go ahead and start with this one because I did read volumes 1 and 2 the month before. And Welcome Back Alice Volume 3. Well, it didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go, honestly. I thought there was going to be some blackmailing going on between, I already forgot their names, Alice, I guess. Alice was going to blackmail the main character, and she was going to manipulate him into doing whatever she wants. But no, that didn't happen. It actually went in a completely different route where it's just the main character's internal struggle. He really wants this girl, the girl that he's loved since grade school. But Alice coming back did something to his brain, and now he doesn't know what he wants, which is kind of strange reading through this. I can get frustrating at times, especially for the guy, like putting myself in his shoes. I would totally go for the girl, but yeah, I guess it's not up to me. It's up to whatever this character's feeling. But nonetheless, I am still enjoying it, even though it gets me frustrated. I'm still enjoying the read and very much looking forward to the next volume. So yeah, that's Welcome Back Alice Volume 3. I don't remember what I read in what order, so I'm just going to start pulling things here. This one I actually read in October, so I don't know what this one's doing here. We'll talk about that one next month. But yeah, let's pull this one now. We got Sino Alice. Sino Alice? Sino Alice. I don't know how to pronounce this. But this was a very interesting read, actually. You don't really know what exactly is going on. We follow Alice, and in the first page, we get this really awesome spread of her, and you don't know what is going on, but it's maybe foreshadowing what we can come to expect from this series, which looks awesome. She looks like some sort of magical girl, and it looks amazing, so I can't wait till we get to more stuff like this. But soon after that, we're introduced to two little puppets, or what they call them here is marionettes. And these marionettes tell them a lot of things, actually, and you can kind of tell that it's a dream. And then the very last thing that they say is, what is it you desire? What is it you wish to visit upon the world? And then the story starts, and it starts off nothing like what we saw in the last couple of pages, nothing with magical girls or anything like that. It's just Alice living a normal life, but then things start to get strange with her and one of her teachers. And if you're not comfortable with age gaps, definitely stay away from this because it starts to go down a very dark path. And I was actually quite enjoying that storyline. I was just like, what the heck is going on? I don't know what's going on, but I'm interested to see what happens next. Some crazy stuff happens between Alice and one of her friends. And as soon as the story is about to climax, boom, Alice was asleep the whole time. And then from then on, you don't exactly know what is reality. It seems like you're just in dreams within dreams of this girl Alice, and you don't know what exactly is going on. But I will say that there is some crazy stuff that happens after that first dream. A lot of blood, a lot of gore, and I really enjoyed this read. So while it is very confusing, it was a very confusing first volume. It was very intriguing as well, and I definitely want to pick up volume 2 to see where this story goes, and hopefully eventually I start getting the hang of what exactly is going on with this series. But yeah, very interesting, very thought-provoking, actually. It's one of the first mangas that I read that really confused kind of the heck out of me. So yeah, for that I'll give it some props, and yeah, we'll see where the rest of this story goes. And by the way, at the end they include a whole bunch of pages of, like, I guess this is some sort of light novel. It actually says it's a bonus short story, but ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't gonna be reading that crap. So if anybody read that, let me know what they said in this little short story here, because yeah, I was not gonna go ahead and read that. By the time I was done, I was already tired of reading, and then I got to these pages and I was like, yep, I'm done. I put this book down, and Haven't picked it up since. Most likely won't be reading those short stories, but I will be reading volume 2 when that comes out. All right, next one. This one's going to be easy to talk about because I already talked about this one during my last shopping vlog. I actually picked this one up in Barnes & Noble. And moving forward, anytime I do a shopping vlog, I'm going to pick up one volume of manga from any place that I go and shop for manga. And I'm going to be doing a review in that same video. So if you guys want to see my thoughts about this one, definitely go check out that shopping vlog, my last shopping vlog. It's actually very fun too, because I did some cooking in that shopping vlog as well. So if you guys want to find out what that's all about, go check it out. But yeah, I'll just give my quick thoughts here. This was pretty mid. I will be giving Junji to another shot with Uzumaki this month. So make sure to check out my thoughts on that for October's reading log. All right, now the rest of this stuff is all Nasty Man manga. And we're going to go ahead and start off with, I don't even know which one would be the nastiest one. They're all pretty nasty. But we're going to start with Witches of Adams. I had a lot of fun with this one, not going to lie. They're pretty thick, but I breezed through these pretty quickly. They were very fun reads. The quality of this one is actually very nice. I love the fact that there's quite a bit of, I think this should be okay. There's quite a bit of color pages in this manga. So there's about 3 sections in each volume that's 3. Well, no, there's more. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there was 10 sections of color pages within this volume, and those color pages were honestly very explicit, very detailed, very colorful, and very nice, to be honest. So just for that alone, I'm definitely going to be picking the rest of this series. I got hooked with it, but aside from just the quality of the manga itself and those color pages, the story was very fun. It basically follows this kid who one day realizes that when he ejaculates one of the most sought-after gems, these diamonds that I believe they're colorful, I don't know, but they're worth a lot of money. And when he initially finds out about this new condition of his, he starts ejaculating quite a bit, thinking that he's going to become rich. But there is a caveat to this. When he was going to the pawn shop to basically exchange his diamonds for money, he ended up passing out in the middle of the street. They took him to the doctor, and the doctor ended up being one of the witches of Adamus. And she ends up explaining to him that yes, while you are ejaculating these diamonds, every time you ejaculate, you are shaving off a few years out of your life. So the more he ejaculates, the sooner he's gonna die. So after that point, he decides he's not gonna ejaculate anymore. But soon after he realizes that all of the girls around him are thirsting after him, and he suddenly has a bunch of girls lining up to be with him, and some of them are just normal girls that are caught up with his pheromones that he's releasing thanks to him not ejaculating anymore, and others are just these witches that are after those diamonds. So yeah, if any of that sounded interesting to you, definitely check it out. Like I said, this is definitely a top tier Nasty Man manga. It's mature, not teen plus. Are some of these teen plus? Nope, that one's mature. And they're all mature, but I'd say this one, out of the 2 volumes that I've seen, this one is definitely probably the most mature out of these 3. So keep that in mind if you do decide to pick this one up. All right, now we're going back to another series that I started reading last month, which was Do You Like Big Girls Volume 3 and Volume 4. And unfortunately, this series is continuing that plot with the main character and his sister. Hopefully, it is still very funny. I find myself chuckling quite a bit when reading through these volumes, but I really wish they would move past that storyline. I don't know what this is eventually going to lead up to, but at least along the way, we get to see some other entertaining storylines with some of the other girls from the team. So yeah, overall, I'd probably give this one about a 7 out of 10. Very entertaining chapters. I just don't like the underlying storyline of the main character and his sister. So yeah, still going to be picking these up, though. They're very fun to read. And then lastly, this is a brand new series that I started last month, and I'm almost done with it. I read volumes, where is it? Volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Saki the Succubus. There's just volume 5, which, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and read it right now and give you guys my entire thoughts on the series as a whole. So let me go find volume 5 and I'll come back and give you guys my thoughts on the whole series. Alright guys, I need to keep this short because my battery is at 20% and it can die at any second. But I just finished volume 5 of Sakira Sucubus, and honestly, this is the most wholesome Nasty Man manga I've ever read. Saki, she's just super cute and innocent for a succubus. And Renta-san as well, who is the main character. He's basically like a 40-year-old virgin. And one day he ends up finding Saki walking through the streets at first. And she looks very sexy for some reason. And the reason is because succubus, when it's their time to harvest, or basically when they have to just take the essence of a male, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so whenever she has to harvest, she ends up releasing some hormones into the air that makes her more sexy for men. So that way that it's easier for her to basically lure them in and take the essence out of them. But Saki, she's still new to harvesting. She's actually never harvested from any male herself up until, I think she's like a teenager. She's 18 or 19. And up until now, her sister has always helped her harvest because you basically, I guess from what I've learned reading this, succubus can transfer essence between one another. So if one sister harvests, she can transfer some of what she harvested onto the other succubus, which just adds a whole nother layer of wholesomeness. The fact that in this world, they also treat succubus as humans. They understand that before they're 18 or so, they shouldn't go out there harvesting for themselves. But yeah, Saki has reached that age where she needs to learn how to harvest for herself. And so her sister kicks her out of her house, and basically that's why she's out in the streets, and she somehow ends up in front of Renta's door. But yeah, from there, Renta is basically having the time of his life. Not only does Saki enter his life, there ends up being other succubus that he didn't even know. There was a girl at work who's a succubus who is also into him, and he eventually becomes a donor for her, and then Saki's sister as well. Let's just say Renta is one lucky dude. But yeah, that's basically where I'll leave it. I don't even know if my phone is dead at this point, but if it's not, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading log. Look forward to more reading logs. I plan to continue doing reading logs, and hopefully at some point I might do some like specific reviews of certain series. But yeah, if you like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.